Joe, I homered the first time up.
You like knuckleballs.
78, you love them.
Now they started showering the field with your candy bar.
I thought they didn't like it. I was so embarrassed. I was afraid.
To short. Larkin. Oh, boy, he pulled him off the base. Safe. He saved the run, scored. Do you believe it? A late call by the first base umpire.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Bill Robinson, I think, made the call for him, and because it was late, Osaski didn't have a chance to throw home to get Johnson. I don't believe it.
I don't either. Look at this. That's what Pete's arguing about.
Well, why did he call? Well, Pete's got a point because he's got to make the call right now.
Oh, boy. Look. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. They better grab Pete.
And this place is a little nuts right now.
Yeah, you know, when he mimicked him, I think that just incited Pete.
Well, and I think he may have made contact, too, Fran. Otherwise, why would Pete point to his face?
You know, Tim, what I would have done, of course, we have, obviously, hindsight up here. The thing that I can see exciting Pete or inciting Pete is the mimicking of him.
Or contact made on his cheek.
Yeah, this is crazy. You can't do that.
Well, this is ridiculous. It's not the fault of the Cincinnati management.
Profanities and obscenities from third base. 1 inning later, Kerplunk, Richie Garcia says, "You're gone." Dickie Thon gets into the middle of this, adds his voice as well, and the near sellout adds their 2 cents and their empty beer containers. But Ryan...
The autographed balls tonight, and now they're showering into right field. Now they're telling the players...
Bottom of the 7th, the ball is coming out of the stands. Home plate umpire Jim Quick talks with Tommy as he pulls the players in. The game delayed a few minutes. Then in the bottom of the 8th, 2-1 cards. Eric Caro strikes out looking. He was later ejected in the 9th. Raul Mondesi, a 3-0 count against Tom Hankey. Mondesi thinks he has ball 4, but it's strike 1. He doesn't like the call. Next pitch. The ball looks outside, but Quick calls strike 2. Mondesi is still unhappy. Talks back to Quick. Next pitch. Swings at strike 3, and then Raul gets tossed. Tommy gets tossed as well. The fans throw balls on the field. Bob Davidson calls the players in, apparently calling the game. Tommy tries to calm the undisciplined fans. Ryan Jordan argues with some of the Dodger fans. They try to resume the game, and then crew chief Bob Davidson finally calls it a forfeit, and the Cards win. They get the win in the forfeit. The stats do count.
46th RBI, and what happens? The Henry bars come out. Terry Collins says, you know, this is a dangerous situation. We should win at a forfeit. I don't think that was going to happen. But the candy bars kept coming. The crowd of 19,000. Felipe Alou was thrown out. He said, they never told me that il est interdit de lancer des candy.
Fans were throwing souvenir baseballs they got onto the field. A ball thrown in the direction of Lee Stevens. Johnny Ouch comes out and says, you know, we're the guys supposed to be throwing the balls. Bottom of the 2nd inning, 1 down. More balls coming out of the stands. Phil Garner throws his hat. More balls come onto the field. Phil Garner doesn't have another hat to throw. Johnny Oates says, maybe we'll throw in the towel. Calls his players in. When things calmed down, at least for a short period of time, the players came back onto the field. After the grand slam, more baseballs. Johnny Oates says, forget it. Everybody get off the field. He takes his team in. Bud Selig's on the phone. Peter's saying, you know what, Bud, fix this mess, will you? And then Phil Garner says, hey, folks, help us out.
I would too.
We urge you, for the safety of the players, the umpires, and your fellow fans, do not throw any more baseballs on the field.
All right, so after a 16-minute delay, the umpires come out. They have armor on underneath those units. Over the wall it goes. Thomas's 14th of the year. And then it's open fire on Albert. And at the end of the game, he says, see you tomorrow night.
He fired a ball from this crowd at the home plate umpire and almost hit Ryan Klesko.
Now
Here comes another one.
Debris raining from everywhere here at Busch Stadium. Harry Wendelstedt is the crew chief. He might be ordering everyone off the field. It might be a good idea to do that.
I've never seen anything like this, Josh. I missed that disco night at Comiskey Park back in the 70s.
We thought Holbrook would be a story today only because of Glavin needing the outside corner. But when Holbrook threw Mark McGwire out of the game, This is an all Holbrook afternoon right now.
In the Montreal Expos' final game at Olympic Stadium, a couple of golf balls were thrown onto the field, forcing the umps to stop that game. Expos announcers had this to say to the fans.
Your attention, please. We are told that the game will be canceled if more objects, notably golf balls, are thrown on the field.
Well, Culper right now is taking his mask off, and he's had it with Bonds.
Well, we're just not accustomed to seeing Bonds argue. And I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. People are winging stuff out of the upper deck now, and it's hitting the people below. Now Barry's going to have to come out and calm this down.
Well, one thing the umpires can do, they can call this game off right now.
Simmons, fly ball, shallow left. Back is Cosma. He'll take it. He'll call. Oh, it's going to drop. It falls. Miscommunication. And the bases are loaded, and Boggs can't believe it.
This crowd's been crazy all night. I wonder if it affected their communication.
They're calling it an infield fly rule. Wow. One umpire did. That's why Freddie Gonzalez is out.
Now there are bottles and cans that are falling short and landing on fans down in the seats close to the field.
Wow. We're going to have a significant delay here.
Russell Martin's thinking the same thing. Look at this. Ball's dead.
Dead ball. The ball actually hit Shu's bat as Martin went to throw it back to the pitcher.
Why is it dead? Why is it dead? That ball's alive. Or if he threw it and it hit off the back of his bat, he's got to score.
And here he scores.
That's a run score.
I think that's the right call.
I do too. It's incidental contact. And they are going crazy throwing everything in this place. They got to get the players off the field.
Public address announcer has requested that fans refrain from throwing objects onto the field.
And now they're throwing more.
And folks, some of these bottles are coming from the upper deck.
You got to remove the players.
Ballpark cans as well.
You got to take
extremely dangerous.
Take the players off the field. They need a timeout. Take the players off the field. These people got to quit throwing beer cans out of the upper decks. You're hitting people down below.
You know, someone